Metro, driving me wild. Ooh, hey, you went flying in the spur. Hey, you went drive around the world. Hey, you went round like a squirrel. Hey, you went sitting down pearls. Hey, you went a Rolls Royce car.
Hey y'all, I am back with another hair tutorial video. Today I am doing a quick weave bob with bangs. This is a full quick weave. None of her hair is going to be out. I haven't did a style like this in a long time. I love bangs and I love a bob and bang hairstyle. So basically what I'm doing here is just gluing the tracks in. At the top I'm going in a circular direction that's how I'm placing the tracks at the top, and you want to make sure that those tracks are flat and close enough together, because you don't want any gaps when you comb the hair down flat. You want it to be flat so that nothing is bulky. And then right here I'm just going to do the closure piece. I like to make my own closures when I'm doing a full quick weave like this. You can buy the closures at the store if you're more comfortable with that. I think it's like the doobie closure, like the circular closure. However, I prefer to do my own closures because I can just customize it how I want it to be. And everybody's head is different. Everybody, just that one closure piece doesn't fit right to me, in my opinion. But if you don't want to do this method, you don't have to. Again, you can buy the closure piece, but I like to do myself. See, I just kind of put the glue on it and just twist, fold it until it gets really small, and you have to make sure it's really flat. Then I'm just taking the flat iron here, and I guess you would say fusing it together, like that kind of dries the glue and makes it flatter. So just putting the glue on the circular part of the closure piece. And then what I'm going to do now is place glue where the little hole is at the top. And I'm just placing the closure piece in that spot. I like to make the spot at the top as small as possible so it can be flat. And now what I'm doing is just manipulating it to make it flat. Press it down flat, and then however long it takes. It usually doesn't take me long because I'm used to doing this. Y'all, this is the old back in the day way to make a closure. Before we could go to the store and just buy closures, before there were lace closures, we had to make our own closures. This is how I used to do it in the early 2000s when I first started doing hair. Yeah, I've been doing my own hair since I was about 13 years old. But I've been doing other people's hair since I was about 15 or 16. So, I ain't never lost my touch. And when clients ask me to do styles like this, I'm like, yes, let me see if I still got it. And I do. I'm going to toot my own horn. But once you do something for so long, it just kind of sticks with you. But back on the subject, this is me just putting a little bit of extra glue, because again, you want to make sure it's flat. Don't use too much glue because you don't want that glue to seep through. And I'm again just combing it out, making it flat. Make sure it's not lumpy. No humps and lumps. We can't do that. It got to be flat. Then I'm just taking my Updo Nairobi spritz and a blow dry and just flatten it some more. Make sure it's dried into place. Make sure the key is for it to be flat. Taking some more of my spritz just to make sure no flyaways. Make sure everything is smooth and even out, because you also want to make sure it's a circular closure, so you want to make sure it's even around all sides. And this is the outcome of that closure. Y'all see how flat that is? Y'all see that? I still got it. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm just sectioning out the hair to cut her bang. You have to make sure that you don't section out too much. What I've learned with bangs now, you can go wrong real fast when cutting the bang. You have to make sure that the sections are right, how you section it out. And with me, I cut long first. Then if the client wants it shorter, then we go up. Because once that bang is cut, that is it. You don't want to make a mistake and cut the bang too short, because that's going to be a disaster, and we don't want that. So again, here I'm just evening it out, making sure, it's even on both sides all the way, straight across. See? And she didn't want her bangs to be too thick, so what I did was I kind of spaced the tracks out in the front. Some people like their bangs full, some don't, but she just wanted like a little nice, she wanted it full but not too full. So right here I'm just kind of rounding it off the bang. She didn't want them to be straight across like Chinese bangs. She wanted it kind of be a little rounded just on the end. So that's what I'm doing here. See, it's looking good already. Now I'm just taking my flat iron and lightly bumping her bang. You want to make sure you don't bump it, curl it too hard, because you want a soft looking bang. You don't want that tight curl bang, unless that's what the client wants or requests. Okay, so now what I'm doing here is I'm gonna go ahead on and section it out to cut the bob. She wanted an all even bob, so I'm just checking the shears and just cutting it even all the way around. Okay, and I'm almost done cutting the bob, And this is a blunt cut bob. You want to make sure that you get it as even as possible, as precise, because we want that cut to be blunt and we want it to be even all the way around. Now you can do a blunt cut bob and it'll be shorter in the back and then a little longer in the front. It's still considered blunt because it's all one length. It's no layers. But in this case, she wanted it to be all one length, a shoulder length, or right above the shoulder, all the way around. So what I'm doing here is just, making sure everything looks good and even all the way around. Make sure there's no little hairs or anything sticking out, because you gotta get underneath that too. Because sometimes when you cut a bob and the client tilts their hair down, then that's when you see the uneven pieces. So here, this is what I'm doing here, just checking to make sure all those pieces underneath that you wouldn't think to look are also cut even and nothing is sticking out. So what I'm doing now here is just going ahead and bumping the bob. The bottom lengths that I'm curling now, I'm doing with a 1-inch flat iron, because at the bottom of the bob it's a little shorter, and sometimes a bigger flat iron won't get that bump good enough at the bottom. And then you want to make sure you don't want to burn your client either. And so right here, I'm taking my 2-inch flat iron, because the longer parts or pieces or lengths of the bob, you don't want to bump it too tight. If all you have is a 1-inch flat iron, that's fine, but make sure that you lightly bump. You don't bump too tight, because the smaller the iron size, the tighter the curl is gonna be. So that's why I'm using my 2-inch flat iron to give it a light bump. You see how it's bumped, but it's not tight. Okay, and we're just about done. I'm just smoothing it out. Y'all see how that looks, how good that looks? And we're at the top of the bob, just bumping that lightly, combing it out. Look how good that looks, and it's just so chic. And yes, y'all see that body? And what I'm doing now is just taking my Got to Be Glue Flex spray. It's a great hold-in. It's like an insta-hold spray. It's not heavy, and we're just sprayed it on there and see how sleek and shiny it looks. Yes, it is. And this style is so cute on her. It's so cute. Yes, ma'am. Love it. Yes. Okay, y'all, this is the finished look. It's so cute. She loves it. Look at all that body, baby. We don't do no stiff bobs around here. Okay, y'all. Thanks for watching, and see y'all next time.
Hey, you went flying, living spur. Hey, you went dry around the world. Hey, you went round like